When winter gently settles over the far north, it does so in a way that feels less like a season arriving and more like a long, deep breath settling over the land. The daylight grows softer each day, its edges fading until the sun begins to linger just below the horizon, choosing not to rise for a while. In this lingering twilight, the world becomes calm in a way that invites stillness. Colors drift into gentle shades of blue and silver, and the air carries a quiet so smooth it seems to rest on the skin. It is in this peaceful softness that the northern reindeer begin their winter rhythm. Nothing hurried, nothing sharp, just the slow blending of movement, breath, and instinct. They drift across the snowfields like a gentle thought passing through a resting mind. Their hooves press lightly into the powder, leaving patterns that look as though they were placed there by the wind. And even though the sun remains hidden for many weeks, the reindeer continue with a sense of ease, as if guided by a memory older than the light itself. Welcome to sleepy nature sleep, where the wild grows soft and curiosity becomes calm. Tonight, let your thoughts follow the rhythm of the earth, your breathing settle like evening wind, and your mind wander gently through the quiet wild. If this slow journey brings you a sense of ease or helps your body drift into a softer state, you are always welcome to stay with us. You may rest here as long as you like. And if you feel moved to share a kind word or to join our quiet community, your presence adds a gentle warmth to this peaceful corner of the natural world. As we move into tonight's story, allow the softness of the Arctic night to unfold around you. Imagine the sky resting above the land in a muted shade of blue. Picture the reindeer standing quietly, their breath rising like small clouds that drift into the still air. Notice how everything moves at a pace that feels natural, patient, and deeply unhurried. Tonight, we will slowly follow these calm herds as they settle into the long northern night, learning how they rest, how they drift, how they find their way without sunlight, and how they remain at ease in a world shaped by quiet. So take one more breath. Let your shoulders loosen. Allow the day to fall gently behind you, and step with me into a landscape where the night is long, the snow is soft, and the reindeer move as peacefully as drifting mist. As the Arctic winter settles into its long, gentle dusk, a soft question drifts through the quiet landscape, one that asks to be considered slowly, without expectation. It is not a question of survival or challenge or urgency. Instead, it rises from the hush of the snow itself, from the smooth sweep of frozen plains where reindeer walk in calm lines that seem to have existed forever. What does a herd remember when the sun disappears for months? The words of this question do not arrive sharply. They unfold like a soft ribbon carried by the wind, touching lightly upon the listener's mind. It is a question not meant to be solved, but to be rested with. A question shaped by the idea that memory can live in places other than the mind, perhaps in hooves moving along familiar paths, or in the quiet knowledge of where snow rests lightest, or in the gentle way one reindeer follows another through dim light. In the far north, Darkness is not a sudden arrival. It gathers gradually, like layers of velvet laid one upon another. First comes the subdued glow of late afternoon, stretched thin across the horizon. Then, a blue twilight settles, resting over the land with the serenity of a slow inhale. And finally, the deeper night takes its place, not heavy, not overwhelming, but steady and complete, like a blanket spread with care. And through all of this, the reindeer remain calm. Their presence becomes part of the landscape's question. Perhaps they do not remember in the way humans do, but they move with a quiet certainty that suggests a kind of knowing, an inherited rhythm that continues even when the sky offers no light to measure time. As you rest here with this question, notice how your own breathing begins to soften. The question does not demand a reply. It simply invites you to sink gently into the pace of the northern night, where every snowfall creates its own note in a long, slow song, and where the reindeer drift in harmonious lines through a world shaped by softness. Let the question settle with you. Let it wander without direction, like distant frost swirling under a quiet breeze. In this calm space, curiosity becomes gentle, thought becomes spacious, and the quiet story of the reindeer begins to unfold. Before we walk any further into the reindeer's winter world, it can be soothing to pause and look at the landscape that holds them. It is a place shaped by softness, soft snow, soft light, soft silence. The Arctic in winter does not push or pull. It simply surrounds, inviting every creature to move at a pace that feels natural, slow, and unhurried. The land stretches outward in broad, gentle curves. Hills rise not sharply, but gradually, like breaths drawn by the earth itself. Valleys drift between them, filled with snow that appears untouched, even when countless hooves have passed through. There is a quiet, shimmering quality to the ground, as if the snow remembers each moment of light from earlier seasons and now releases that memory in a muted glow. And above this serene landscape sits a sky that stays in twilight for weeks at a time. It is not a dark sky, but a softly dimmed one, the kind you might find in a dream just before sleep fully arrives. The blue here is deeper than ordinary blue, with hints of silver and gentle lavender woven through it. The moon seems to float in this calm expanse, leading the night forward without hurry. Reindeer move through this landscape in ways that blend with its stillness. They walk in lines that curve lightly according to the land, following paths shaped not by urgency, but by quiet familiarity. Their breath drifts upward in soft clouds that slowly fade into the air, each one rising like a small offering to the silent twilight. As you imagine this scene, you may notice how your thoughts begin to lengthen and slow, mirroring the land's wide, peaceful spaces. The Arctic invites this kind of gentle unwinding. Its openness allows the mind to loosen, to find room, to settle. There is no rush, no pressure, only the steady presence of snow, sky, and the soft rhythm of reindeer moving across the land. In this vast quiet, the world feels simple again. Steps are taken one at a time. Breezes drift without aim, Light gathers and fades without ceremony. Everything in this place supports calm, steady being. Let this landscape hold you for a moment. Let its stillness become your own. Tonight, we'll walk through it slowly, guided by the quiet steps of the reindeer herd. When we look closely at the calm movement of reindeer across winter snow, we notice something beautifully unhurried in the way their hooves meet the ground. Each step is gentle, careful without tension, as if the snow itself were something sacred that they prefer not to disturb more than necessary. Their hooves spread slightly on contact, supporting them on the soft surface, creating impressions that look almost like delicate marks drawn with a soft brush. The darkness around them is not the kind that hides or overwhelms. It is a soft darkness, more like a deep twilight that lingers comfortably than a strict absence of light. Shapes remain visible, edges blurred by the quiet glow of moonlight reflecting on snow. In this environment, the reindeer's movements take on a quiet grace, as though each step were part of a slow, ongoing conversation with the land. The sound of their hooves is subtle, not sharp, not heavy, just a mellow compression of snow that releases a faint, pillow-like whisper. If one listens closely, the rhythm becomes soothing, like a slow heartbeat echoing through the landscape. This rhythm is steady and comforting, offering a sense of continuity in a world where day and night weave together seamlessly. As the herd walks, small puffs of snow rise around their legs, drifting gently before settling again. Nothing is rushed. Nothing breaks the stillness. Their steps follow one another with a quiet assurance, guided by instincts that flow calmly from one moment to the next. When you imagine these gentle footsteps, notice how your own breath may fall into a similar rhythm, slow, soft, steady. There is something deeply grounding about picturing these movements. They remind us that even in the vastness of winter, life can move with ease. Life can carry itself with calm certainty. The reindeer walk not toward or away from anything dramatic. They simply continue their winter rhythm, shaped by the land and the soft darkness that envelopes it. Watching them, even in imagination, creates a sense of peaceful continuity, each step an invitation to relax a little more, to let tension melt gently into the snow. Stay with this image just a little longer. Hooves touching snow. Snow receiving each step with quiet acceptance. A night that holds everything in gentle balance. Here, movement becomes rest, and rest becomes a way of traveling. In the northern winter, where the sun remains tucked below the horizon for many long weeks, the land offers few visual clues to guide one's way. Yet the reindeer move with a peaceful certainty, following trails that seem almost invisible to the eye. These paths exist not as lines drawn on the snow, but as patterns held softly within the memory of the herd and within the land itself. There is nothing hurried in their navigation. The herd moves as though guided by a quiet intuition, drifting along routes that generations before them have traveled. These trails feel less like tracks and more like gentle suggestions, subtle shapes in the landscape, faint textures beneath the snow, shifts in the wind that carry familiar scents. reindeer follow these cues with an ease that suggests a deep, unspoken trust in the world around them. Imagine the softness of this journey. Snow stretching ahead in a smooth, unbroken expanse. Air resting lightly against fur. Faint sparkles of ice catching the moon's glow. The reindeer walk steadily, each step part of a calm, flowing pattern that requires no effort to maintain. They do not search or struggle or strain. They simply continue, guided by something quiet and interior. Some say reindeer sense Earth's magnetic field, allowing them to drift along ancient migratory lines, even in near total darkness. Whether or not this is fully understood, the image of it is soothing. A gentle alignment with something larger than themselves, something steady and dependable beneath the shifting snow and sky. As you imagine this movement, notice how your thoughts may begin to align in their own simple pattern, less wandering, more drifting. The mind follows its own invisible trail, shaped by the rhythm of your breath and the softness of the imagery. The trail doesn't lead anywhere specific. It simply continues, offering a direction that feels natural and easy. The reindeer move on, leaving only the faintest marks behind. Snow soon settles over their tracks, smoothing the ground once more. What remains is the quiet assurance that the herd always finds its way, not through urgency, but through gentle continuity. Let this idea rest with you. There is a path beneath your feet, even when you cannot see it. And you may follow it softly, with the same quiet trust the reindeer carry through the long northern night. Beneath the soft layers of winter snow, close to the quiet surface of frozen ground, lies a subtle world of lichen, pale, branching forms that grow slowly, almost dreamlike, across rocks and soil. To the untrained eye, this delicate life remains hidden during the long winter months, but to the reindeer, it is a gentle presence they seem always able to find, even when everything above lies hushed beneath the snow's embrace. Picture the reindeer lowering their heads in a calm, unhurried motion. There is no tension in the movement, only a steady curiosity. Snow shifts softly as they brush it aside, revealing the muted greens and soft grays of the lichen beneath. The land offers this quiet nourishment, and the reindeer receive it as they have for countless winters. Without hurry or strain, simply following a rhythm that feels natural and familiar. Lichen grows patiently through the seasons, spreading in slow, intricate patterns that mirror the gentle pace of the Arctic. It requires little and offers much, and in winter, it remains a steady companion, waiting quietly beneath the snow until a reindeer's careful nudge brings it into view. There is something soothing about this interaction, the land offering, the reindeer accepting, and the snow settling once more in a smooth, peaceful layer. Imagine the soft sounds of this exchange, a faint brushing of snow, a quiet breath released into cool air, the gentle crackle of frost as it shifts beneath hooves. Everything here unfolds with ease, guided by rhythms older than memory. As you imagine this scene, notice how the calm steadiness of the reindeer begins to guide your own thoughts. Their slow, deliberate motions invite you to move gently within yourself, to rest in the knowledge that some things, like nourishment, warmth, or direction, can be found without urgency. They arise naturally, the way lichen grows, the way snow falls, the way breath settles into its own soft cadence. The reindeer continue their meal at a tranquil pace, taking only what they need. Snow drifts lightly around them, almost as if it were tucking the earth back in. And when they move on, the landscape returns to its quiet, resting state, the lichen once again hidden in its winter bed. Let the image linger a moment longer. The patience of the land, the gentleness of the herd, and the steady rhythm connecting them. In this quiet exchange, the Arctic reveals its softness, and so do you. In the deep calm of the Arctic winter, the world around the reindeer seems almost entirely silent. Snow blankets the land in a soft hush, and the sky hangs low with a cool stillness that encourages everything to settle. Yet within this quiet, the herd communicates in ways so gentle they almost blend into the landscape. Their voices are not loud or commanding. Instead, they are soft, rounded sounds, light grunts, mellow snuffles, faint breaths exchanged between companions. These sounds feel more like warm notes drifting through cool air than anything meant to carry far. They arise naturally as the herd moves, rests, and grazes together, creating a kind of understated harmony that holds the group close. Imagine standing with them beneath the blue winter sky. The snow absorbs nearly all noise, leaving only the subtle, intimate tones of the reindeer. A soft grunt here, a mild exhale there, the faint rustle of fur. Together, these sounds create a peaceful atmosphere, a reminder that communication can be quiet and still meaningful. The herd stays in gentle proximity, not because they fear separation, but because closeness feels simple and natural. Their voices drift lightly between them, offering reassurance without urgency. Even in moments when they pause, lowering their heads to feed, or looking out over the snow-covered land, a soft breath or delicate click of hooves lets the others know they are near. These winter voices carry no tension. They do not announce or warn or demand. Instead, they seem to say, "I am here, moving alongside you in the calmest way imaginable." Allow your mind to rest in these sounds. Let them wash over you like a soft, rhythmic breeze. There's no story of struggle in these voices, only presence, warmth, and gentle connection. As the reindeer continue across the snow, the quiet communication follows them. It becomes part of the landscape, weaving into the stillness of the Arctic night. And in listening, even with imagination alone, you may find your own breathing begin to soften, your own thoughts drifting more peacefully. Let these winter voices settle within you. They speak softly, and sometimes that is enough. Under the cool glow of the Arctic moon, reindeer antlers take on a calm, almost sculptural presence. Their curves and branches rise gently from the heads of the herd, forming silhouettes that stand out softly against the pale sky. There is nothing sharp in their appearance here, only graceful shapes that echo the slow rhythm of winter. The antlers move lightly with each step, swaying with the ease of quiet branches in a gentle breeze. When the herd pauses, the moonlight rests along their surfaces, tracing delicate lines of silver across their texture. The sight creates a tender calm, as if the night itself is admiring the stillness of these natural forms. On some evenings, reindeer may lower their heads to nudge snow aside, or shift their antlers to brush against a nearby companion. These motions are soft, unhurried, and free of tension. They seem almost like gestures of comfort, movements that fit naturally into the peaceful language of the herd. During winter, some reindeer still carry their antlers, while others let them go. The moment of shedding is unremarkable to the animals, quiet, natural, and without struggle. An antler simply rests on the snow one day, becoming part of the landscape, like a gentle echo of the season. The herd moves on calmly, its rhythm unchanged. Antlers hold stories of growth and change, but here in the moonlit wind, they simply exist as part of the herd's quiet presence. They offer no drama, no urgency, only soft shapes outlined against a peaceful sky. Imagine these silhouettes as you breathe, long, branching forms that rise and fall with every slow step, moonlight slipping over smooth edges, a breeze drifting through the herd, carrying a sense of calm with it. The antlers move with the same softness that defines everything in this Arctic night. Their gentle swaying encourages your thoughts to sway as well, slow, fluid, unburdened. Let this imagery settle within you. Nothing needs to happen quickly here. Nothing needs to be solved. Only the quiet remains, steady and serene, carried by antlers gliding through moonlit air. Warmth in the far northern winter is not something the reindeer chase. Instead, it is something they hold within themselves, gently and steadily, like a quiet ember that never rushes to glow. Their bodies are shaped by this softness, their coats, thick and filled with hollow hairs, trap air in a way that creates a calm barrier against the cold. Nothing about this warmth is intense. It is a slow, steady comfort that wraps around them from nose to tail. Picture a reindeer standing in the twilight cold. Its breath forms a soft cloud that rises and drifts away, leaving room for the next gentle exhale. The fur along its sides lifts slightly with each breath, capturing small pockets of warmth. There is no urgency in the motion. Each inhale and exhale moves with the unhurried ease of winter itself. Sometimes a reindeer tucks its nose deep into its fur, a small gesture that holds warmth close. This motion, too, is slow and peaceful, like the way someone might pull a blanket a little closer before sleep. Nothing hurried, nothing forced. The warmth they carry radiates outward in subtle ways. When the herd gathers, their bodies create a soft, shared shelter. Standing close does not arise from need or strain. It simply feels natural. A quiet gathering of steady warmth in a world shaped by calm cold. This warmth extends even to their hooves, which rest gently upon the snow. The ground beneath them shifts slightly, accepting their weight without resistance. The contact creates a soft balance, a meeting of cold earth and warm life each holding its place without tension. As you imagine this quiet warmth, notice how your own body responds. Your breathing may slow, your shoulders may relax. In the steady presence of the reindeer, the cold of winter becomes less a sharp sensation and more a spacious stillness filled with soft air. Reindeer warmth is not the warmth of bright fires or sudden sparks. It is a warm presence, spread patiently through time, held gently within their fur, their breath, their steady way of standing in the world. Let that warmth drift through you now, calm, consistent, unhurried. A warmth that does not push, but simply remains. The Arctic night stretches long during winter, unfolding not as a moment, but as a gentle season of twilight. Instead of darkness falling quickly, it settles like a soft blanket lowered slowly over the land. The sky grows deeper in tone, shifting from pale blue to rich indigo, and then to a restful shade that feels almost velvety in its calmness. The world enters this night without urgency, guided by a rhythm that encourages every living creature to move softly. For the reindeer, this prolonged night becomes a familiar companion. Their days no longer depend on sunlight, yet nothing becomes confused or rushed. Instead, time becomes spacious. Moments drift into one another with ease. The herd walks, rests, and grazes in a steady pattern shaped not by hours, but by a gentle internal sense of balance. Imagine this extended night, the soft glow of moonlight reflected across untouched snow, creating a quiet, luminous landscape. The horizon carries a faint, lingering light that never fully disappears, offering gentle guidance instead of sharp contrast. In this world, nothing needs to be decided quickly. Everything unfolds in its own time. Reindeer adapt to this slow-paced rhythm effortlessly. Their bodies seem made for such softness, responding to the long night with calm acceptance. They graze with quiet movements, their breath rising like small clouds. When they pause, the snow settles around their legs, holding them as gently as water holds a floating leaf. With no sunrise to mark beginnings and endings, the herd drifts through cycles of rest and nourishment, guided purely by instinct. Their movements might seem random to an outside observer, but they carry an inner consistency, a low, steady pulse that matches the quiet heartbeat of winter. As you imagine this night that never hurries, feel the tension in your thoughts begin to loosen. Time stretches here, inviting your mind to rest in the open space. Without the need to track hours, the heart slows. Breathing deepens. The constant rhythm of daily life softens into something more fluid. You may begin to sense the comfort that comes from letting go of the day's structure. The reindeer move without clocks or schedules, trusting the quiet signals of their bodies and the land. In imagining their ease, the mind may find room to ease as well. Let the Arctic night surround you now, soft, cool, endless in a gentle way. A night where nothing rushes and everything rests quietly in its place. In the long northern winter, when the sun rests below the horizon and the sky unfurls into a canvas of quiet stars, reindeer eyes take on a gentle glow. Their gaze reflects the world around them in soft, shimmering tones. colors deepened by the low light, shapes softened by the quiet night. There is a calming presence in the way their eyes hold this twilight, not as something to be analyzed, but as something to be lived within. Reindeer have a way of seeing the winter night that feels almost like a peaceful conversation with the darkness. Their eyes adjust slowly, widening to receive the softened light of the moon and stars. The colors around them shift into muted blues and silvers, and the reflections caught within their gaze resemble distant constellations resting gently on a calm lake. Imagine standing near the herd as they pause in the stillness. The snow beneath them catches starlight in scattered sparkles, and the air remains clear and cool. When a reindeer lifts its head, its eyes momentarily meet the sky's glow. The reflection is subtle yet steady, like the faint shimmer of frost on a quiet morning. This gentle adaptation of their eyes allows them to move with ease through the dim landscape. But beyond function, there's a soothing feeling in knowing that these animals exist so comfortably within the long night. Their vision is not hurried. It does not strain or push. It simply widens to welcome what little light is offered, and in doing so, creates a kind of harmony with the world around them. As you picture this moment, stars resting softly within reindeer eyes, you may feel your own gaze soften. Thoughts drift into slower patterns. The world becomes quieter inside and around you. It is as if the calm focus of the reindeer invites you to let go of any sharp edges in your mind, replacing them with the cool, gentle shimmer of twilight. The herd continues to move, each step slow and unforced. Their eyes guide them through the silver-laced landscape, reflecting not only the stars above, but the deep stillness that rests within the Arctic itself. The reflections shift slowly as the reindeer walk, creating small, moving constellations that drift through the winter night. Allow this image to linger, reindeer eyes holding the stars with quiet grace, their calm vision blending seamlessly with the sky. In this gentle meeting of earth and heavens, the night becomes a place of softness, and your mind becomes a place ready for rest. Snowdrifts in the far north gather shape slowly, sculpted not by forceful wind, but by a steady, quiet settling of flakes over time. They rise and soften in curves that resemble gentle waves paused in motion. When reindeer walk across these snowy forms, their footsteps leave impressions that seem to linger in the landscape, as if the snow itself remembers each slow, deliberate step. When a reindeer places its hoof upon the snow, the surface moves inward with a muted sigh, embracing the shape before gradually relaxing back. Each footprint becomes a small memory of presence, a faint reminder that life has passed through the quietness without disturbing its peace. Over time, these impressions may blur or soften, but for a little while, they hold the story of the herd's passing in gentle relief. The herd walks with a rhythm that matches the softness of the land. Their hooves touch the drifts without hurry, pressing just enough to leave a calm, rounded mark. Snow gathers around the edges of each print like a delicate frame, catching moonlight and reflecting it in soft tones. In the stillness of the Arctic winter, even these small impressions seem part of a larger, peaceful choreography. Imagine watching these tracks appear one by one. The sound is barely noticeable, a slight whisper of snow shifting, a gentle exhale from the reindeer. Nothing sharp interrupts the moment. The snowdrifts seem to welcome the footsteps, holding them lightly before gradually smoothing them away as new snow settles. There is a kind of quiet wisdom in the way the land remembers without clinging. Footprints appear, rest for a time, then fade back into the wide, blank canvas of winter. The reindeer move on, leaving behind only the softest traces, allowing the snow to return to its serene, undisturbed state. As you picture this gentle cycle, you may feel a spaciousness opening within you. Thoughts that felt heavy may begin to soften, like footprints melting slowly into the snow. In this moment, you can allow whatever has pressed upon you today to ease back into stillness, leaving the mind with fresh, open space. Let the image stay with you. Snowdrifts rising in quiet waves, footprints appearing softly, the land remembering and forgetting with equal calm, a rhythm that mirrors your own gentle movement through the evening. In the long Arctic winter, wind does not rush across the land. It drifts, it unwinds. It moves with a softness that carries whispers rather than gusts. For the reindeer, this gentle air becomes a quiet guide, an unseen companion that shares subtle hints about the world around them. The wind carries delicate scents, the faint trace of lichen resting beneath snow, the slight coolness of open plains, the warmer undertones of sheltered valleys. None of these signals arrive with urgency. They travel lightly, spreading slowly across the landscape until they meet the sensitive noses of the reindeer. The herd does not chase these scents. They simply allow the wind to flow toward them, offering information in natural, unforced waves. Imagine standing among the reindeer as a soft breeze drifts by. The animals lift their heads slightly, not in alarm, but in gentle curiosity. Their nostrils widen just a little, catching the breeze the way one might catch the scent of tea rising from a warm cup. There is no need for reaction, only quiet acknowledgement. In this way, the reindeer follow the wind not as a command, but as a suggestion. When the air shifts, they shift with it, adjusting their path as effortlessly as a leaf floating along a stream. Their movements remain smooth and steady, guided by the subtle messages carried through the cool winter air. The wind also shapes the snow, smoothing it into patterns that reflect its soft touch. These forms help the reindeer understand the land without effort. Gentle ridges, softened drifts, and open stretches shaped by days of calm breezes. The entire landscape becomes a map drawn slowly over time, and the reindeer read it as naturally as they breathe. As you imagine this, notice how the idea of being guided by something gentle feels soothing. The wind does not push. It does not pressure. It simply offers direction in ways so light, they are almost like thoughts drifting through a resting mind. Let yourself follow the wind for a moment, without haste, without expectation, trusting that it will carry you toward a place of deeper ease. Like the reindeer, you can allow guidance to come softly. When a group of reindeer moves across the snowy plains, their formation appears almost like a gentle pattern written upon the land. There is no urgency in the way they arrange themselves. Instead, they drift into natural lines and curves that flow with the shape of the terrain. It is a soft geometry, shaped by instinct rather than rule. The lead reindeer often steps forward with a slow confidence, creating a narrow path in the snow. Others follow in calm succession, each placing their hooves where the snow has already been lightly pressed. This simple arrangement saves energy, but more importantly, it creates a sense of quiet unity. The herd moves like a single, slow-moving ripple across a sea of white. These lines shift subtly as they walk. If the land rises, the formation stretches. If the snow deepens, the line tightens. Each reindeer adjusts gently, sensing the movement of those around them. There is no push, no pull, only a soft synchrony that arises naturally from being together. Imagine watching the herd from a small distance. Their bodies drift in a gentle rhythm. Their breaths rise in tender clouds. The line they create becomes a peaceful thread woven into the landscape. Behind them, faint tracks form a simple pattern, one that snow will eventually soften and erase. But in the moment, it feels like a calm signature drawn across the Arctic. This quiet mathematics of movement offers a soothing perspective. Nothing here is precise or forced. The herd follows a pattern that changes slightly with each step, adapting without strain. The reindeer respond to one another in muted ways. A slight shift in pace, a small adjustment in distance, a shared awareness that needs no words. As you picture this, let your mind follow the herd's gentle alignment. Notice the sense of ease that comes with moving together, even in imagination. The pattern does not need to be calculated. It forms naturally, like breath falling into rhythm with the rise and fall of your chest. In this soft geometry, there is comfort, a reminder that some forms of togetherness require no effort at all. Approximately 440, 500 words. Under the quiet glow of the Arctic moon, frozen meadows stretch out in gentle expanses of pale light. The surface of the snow catches the moon's reflection in soft, diffused patterns, little glimmers that seem to hover just above the ground. In this serene setting, the reindeer move with an easy grace, their silhouettes blending slowly into the blue-white calm. When the herd enters a meadow, they do so without fanfare. Their hooves press lightly onto the snow, releasing a muted crunch that fades almost as soon as it appears. The frozen ground beneath them holds steady, offering a smooth, quiet surface that welcomes their presence. Each step becomes part of a gentle rhythm that flows easily across the winter night. The moonlight rests along their fur, adding a soft sheen to their coats. It slips over their backs like a calm hand smoothing fabric. Shadows form beneath their bodies, not harsh or defined, but delicate and feathered, echoing the softness of the surrounding landscape. The herd grazes slowly, lowering their heads in steady, peaceful motions. Each movement feels unhurried, like the drifting of a cloud across the sky. Imagine watching them from a slight distance. The meadow stretches wide and serene. The reindeer appear as gentle forms moving in harmony with the land. Their breaths rise in small, luminous puffs that mingle with the moonlit air. Nothing disturbs the moment. Even the wind seems to pause, letting the quiet deepen. In this scene, the absence of sunlight becomes a comfort rather than a challenge. The moon provides all the illumination needed, soft, even, soothing. Its light spreads a calm over the meadow that encourages the herd to relax into their natural rhythm. Time seems to slow, stretching into long, peaceful intervals marked only by the quiet movement of animals grazing under the night sky. As you imagine this frozen meadow wrapped in moonlight, you may feel a similar calm settling within you. The steady grazing, the slow breaths, the gentle glow of reflected light, each element invites your mind to soften its pace and settle into quietness. Let this calm scene linger, a meadow at rest, moonlight drifting across snow, reindeer moving slowly, peacefully with the night. Reindeer have a quiet habit that feels almost tender when winter settles deeply around them. In the soft chill of the Arctic night, they often lower their noses and tuck them gently into the warm fur along their sides. The motion is unhurried, like someone easing into a comfortable blanket. Their breath warms the small space they create, forming a little pocket of calm beneath the cold air. As the herd pauses to rest, their bodies relax into shapes that fit smoothly against the snowy ground. Some stand still, letting warmth gather beneath their thick coats. Others fold their legs beneath them, settling into the snow with the same ease as lowering into a soft bed. In every posture, the nose finds its way to a quiet shelter of fur, a simple, soothing gesture that speaks of comfort rather than need. The air around them remains cool and steady. Each exhale drifts out in a smooth cloud, slowly dissolving into the surrounding night. There is no rush to the movement of breath. It rises, hovers, and fades, blending into the long winter stillness. When many reindeer rest at once, their collective breaths form a gentle rhythm, soft white puffs rising at different intervals, creating a peaceful, shifting pattern above the herd. Imagine standing near them, watching this slow breathing dance. The snow beneath your feet feels firm yet welcoming, the night air crisp but not harsh. The herd, nestled into the landscape, becomes a quiet reminder of how simple comfort can be. A steady breath, a warm resting place, a gentle fold of the body into softness. The warming of their noses may also tint them with a gentle hue, a soft flush that makes them appear almost rosy in the moonlight. There is no drama in this warmth, only a natural response to the cool air, a sign that the reindeer's body is easing into harmony with the winter evening. As you imagine this scene, allow your own breath to mimic the slow rhythm of the herd. Breathe in softly, breathe out slowly. Let the image of warm noses tucked beneath thick fur guide your thoughts into a quieter, steadier pace. Here, nothing presses forward, nothing demands attention. It is enough simply to rest just as the reindeer do, within the gentle fold of the night. Though the winter world above may seem completely still, the land beneath the snow carries its own muted sounds, tiny shifts, soft vibrations, delicate murmurs that drift upward through the ice. Reindeer sense these quiet echoes not with alarm, but with a kind of calm awareness, the way one might sense a distant hum while resting in a quiet room. Their hooves touch the ground with gentle precision, allowing them to feel small tremors that move through frozen layers. These are not loud or forceful sensations. They resemble more the faint settling of earth, the slow movement of snow adjusting to temperature, or the distant tread of other animals moving peacefully across the landscape. The reindeer do not react sharply. They simply absorb these subtle traces of sound, letting them blend into the quiet tapestry of winter. Imagine lowering your hand onto a cool, soft blanket and feeling a faint vibration beneath it. Not startling, just present. That is how the reindeer experience these echoes. Gentle notes of the world's stillness, rising in delicate waves. The ice and snow form a natural chamber that softens every sound, making even the smallest vibration feel like a slow whisper from deep within the land. Sometimes, when the herd moves across a frozen lake or a thick stretch of packed snow, their hooves create light, resonant tones that ring softly through the layers below. These tones are subtle, almost musical. They drift downward and return in softened echoes, creating a calm, rhythmic conversation between the reindeer and the frozen world supporting them. The herd continues on, their pace steady. Their bodies sway slightly with each step. The echoes beneath them merge into a gentle hum, as though the land itself is breathing in harmony with their movement. This soft interplay of sound and stillness creates a peaceful connection between the animals and the winter earth. As you imagine this moment, the slow steps, the muted tones, the deep calm that surrounds everything, you may begin to notice a similar quietness within yourself. Any lingering thoughts settle like snow drifting softly onto frozen ground. The mind becomes a place where echoes fade gently, leaving room only for rest. Let this tranquil sensation linger. Beneath the surface of your thoughts, calm rises slowly, just like the quiet echoes beneath the ice. There is a time in the Arctic winter when the sky folds itself into a shade of blue, so soft and deep that it feels almost like velvet. In most places, this blue hour lasts only a short while, arriving just before sunrise or after sunset. But here, in the far north, the blue hour stretches across days, then weeks, then months, becoming a gentle season in its own right. The reindeer move within this blue light as though it were their natural element. The hue rests tenderly on their fur, softening outlines and blending shapes into the landscape. The snow reflects this quiet color, creating a world washed in tranquil tones that soothe the eyes and calm the mind. Every surface appears softened, as if dipped in a pale watercolor wash. Nothing in this blue hour feels sharp. Shadows fall in blurred strokes. Hills roll gently into one another. Even the air seems to move more slowly, carrying a cool, peaceful weight. The reindeer breathe in this softness, their exhales drifting like small clouds of silver-tinted mist. Imagine walking with them through this endless twilight. The ground beneath your feet feels firm yet forgiving. The sky holds a steady, muted glow that never fully brightens and never fully darkens. Time seems to dissolve into a slow, quiet stream where each moment feels spacious and unhurried. The blue hour gently blurs the boundary between day and night. For the reindeer, this creates a serene continuity. They graze when they feel inclined, rest when their bodies suggest it, and move through the snow without concern for clocks or sunrises. Their rhythm becomes the rhythm of the land, steady, calm, and deeply peaceful. As you imagine this soft blue world, your thoughts may begin to flow with similar smoothness. The mind adapts to the muted light, releasing any tightness and settling into a restfulness that feels both deep and natural. The blue hour invites you not to think or evaluate, but simply to drift. Let this gentle hue surround you now. Let it quiet the spaces within you. In the season-long twilight of the north, everything rests in blue. On winter nights when the air cools to a steady stillness, the breath of the reindeer becomes visible, soft, pale clouds rising into the quiet atmosphere. Each exhale expands slowly, as though reluctant to leave the warm body it just emerged from. Then, as it meets the cool air, it spreads and fades, returning gently to the vastness around it. These breath clouds appear with each slow inhale and exhale, creating a peaceful rhythm that repeats across the herd. When many reindeer stand together, their breaths rise like a field of mist lifting from the snow, forming delicate shapes that shift and dissolve before settling into the night. The sight carries a kind of storytelling quality, each breath a moment, each moment a small expression of life moving gently in the cold. Imagine watching these warm puffs of air drift upward. They glow faintly in moonlight, blending into the soft blue of the Arctic sky. No two breath clouds look exactly alike. Some rise in smooth curves, others in subtle swirls, yet all dissolve quietly, leaving no trace behind. The effect is calming, almost hypnotic. The reindeer seem unconcerned with these small clouds. They simply breathe, letting warmth flow out in slow, easy waves. Their bodies remain relaxed, their movements steady. The breath clouds continue to rise, creating a soft reminder of the simple, rhythmic processes that sustain life in the coldest places. This gentle pattern of breath can be soothing to imagine, especially as your own breathing begins to align with the herd's pace. A slow inhale, a soft exhale, warmth meeting cool air, and then a peaceful release. Nothing forced, nothing hurried. Breath carries many things: warmth, energy, quiet intention. In the Arctic night, it also carries stories, not in words, but in shapes that form and fade without need for explanation. These stories rise gently, touch the air, and drift away, leaving space for the next one to appear. As you picture this scene, feel your own breath become part of the imagery. Your exhale may feel a bit softer, a bit deeper, as if it too is forming a small cloud in the cool twilight around you. Let these breath stories rest with you for a while. They remind us that even the simplest motions can bring calm, and that every exhale is a quiet way of letting go. Across the Arctic landscape, long before the snow falls each winter, quiet paths lie waiting, soft lines shaped by the gentle rhythm of generations. These are not roads in the human sense, nor are they strict or precise. They are faint traces of movement worn into the memory of the land, appearing where reindeer have walked for countless seasons. When the herd sets out across the winter plains, they follow these subtle paths with a calm familiarity. There is no urgency in their steps, no rush to reach an unseen destination. They simply continue along routes that feel natural beneath their hooves, the way a hand might glide instinctively along a smooth piece of driftwood. Each path reflects the soft wisdom of time. Some curve toward valleys where snow gathers lightly. Others wind across hills where the wind shapes the surface into gentle ridges. Still others lead toward sheltered places where lichen grows in quiet abundance. The land does not demand these routes. It simply holds them, offering gentle guidance to the animals that walk its surface. Imagine watching the herd follow one of these paths. Their movements align with the terrain as if they are part of a larger, slow-moving pattern. Hooves rise and fall in steady cadence. Snow shifts softly beneath them. Their breath drifts upward, leaving faint, mist-like trails in the air. It all unfolds with a peaceful coherence that makes the journey feel like a continuation of something ancient and steady. The paths themselves are not always visible. Fresh snow often covers them completely, yet the reindeer continue along them with the same quiet confidence. It is as though the memory of these trails lives within the herd, not as sharply defined direction, but as gentle inclination. As you picture these soft trails stretching across the wintry landscape, you may sense something similar within yourself, a path that does not need to be fully seen in order to be followed, a way forward that unfolds naturally, at a pace that matches the quiet rhythm of your breath. Let the image rest with you now. A faint trail beneath freshly fallen snow, a herd moving in calm unison, and the steady continuation of routes shaped by 1,000 winters. As winter deepens, the Arctic settles into a rhythm so gentle and steady that it feels almost like breathing. The night wraps itself around the land with a kind of patient softness, dimming the horizon into deep shades of blue and lavender. Nothing in this long night feels abrupt. Instead, time seems to stretch out, smoothing each moment into a slow, continuous flow. The reindeer move within this extended night at a pace that mirrors the calmness around them. Without the sun rising or setting to mark the hours, they drift through cycles of rest and nourishment, guided by something quieter, perhaps the weight of the air, the feel of the snow beneath their hooves, or the soft signals from their own bodies. They graze when the urge arrives, walk when their legs feel ready, and pause whenever the stillness invites them to linger. Imagine the herd in this timeless landscape. Their silhouettes blend gently into the twilight, forming peaceful shapes against the snow. Breath rises in small, steady clouds. Hooves touch the ground with soft, muted sounds. Nothing pushes them forward, yet they continue to move, each step a calm part of the night's slow rhythm. The absence of daylight removes the usual markers of passing time, leaving space for a different kind of awareness. It is not about tracking minutes or measuring progress. It is about sensing the quiet flow of the world and matching its unhurried pulse. The reindeer seem to embody this naturally. They respond to subtle shifts, the slight cooling of the air, the faint change in moonlight, or the deepening stillness of the landscape. As you picture this, you may feel time soften around you. Thoughts lose their edges. The day's pace fades into something gentler. The idea of rushing feels distant, replaced by a slow ebb and flow that invites relaxation. In this setting, the northern night becomes a companion rather than a barrier. It offers a gentle spaciousness where everything finds its place without effort. The herd rests within it. The land breathes beneath it, and the sky carries its soft glow across the hours, blending them into a single serene stretch of calm. Allow yourself to enter this pace for a moment, a pace where nothing needs to hurry, where every step is simply part of a gentle unfolding, and where the night holds everything in quiet balance. When snow meets reindeer fur, a quiet conversation begins, one made not of words, but of texture, temperature, and stillness. The snow settles lightly on their thick coats, resting in soft patterns that resemble delicate lace. The reindeer stand calmly as this happens, their warm bodies creating faint halos of melted crystals around each patch of settled snow. The snow speaks in its own gentle language. As flakes drift downward, they land with barely a sound, forming tiny clusters that brighten the reindeer's fur in elegant, muted tones. The animals do not brush the snow away. They allow it to gather naturally, as though welcoming its cool touch. In this way, fur and snow form a peaceful partnership. Warmth cradling cold, cold softening warmth. When the reindeer move, the snow shifts with them. Small patches slide away with a soft whisper, falling back to the ground where they become part of the winter landscape once more. Other flakes stay nestled in place, riding along as the herd drifts across the plains. Nothing about this interaction is abrupt. Everything flows in slow, quiet transitions. Imagine running your fingers through such fur, dense, soft, filled with layers of warmth, while tiny snowflakes melt gently at the surface. The sensation would be cool and comforting, like touching something both alive and at rest. The reindeer's coat is designed for this subtle balance, holding heat within while allowing the outermost hairs to welcome the winter's touch. Sometimes, when the wind moves softly across the land, it lifts small flurries of snow from their fur. These flurries dance for a moment, drifting in loose spirals before settling back on the ground. Watching this is like observing a delicate exchange between creature and landscape, an unspoken acknowledgement of the harmony that exists between them. As the herd stands together, the snow across their bodies gives them a serene, almost sculptural presence. They appear as gentle figures shaped by winter itself, blending into the quiet surface of the land. Let this peaceful conversation linger in your mind. The cool weight of snow, the warm presence of fur, the subtle balance that forms when both simply rest together. There is a particular grace in the way reindeer move together, an ease so gentle that watching them can feel like observing the soft rise and fall of a sleeping breath. Their bodies sway slightly as they walk, creating a subtle rhythm that travels through the herd like a calming tide. The reindeer do not march or push forward. Instead, they drift. One steps, then another, each motion flowing naturally into the next. The herd stretches in a quiet line, then gathers again in a soft cluster, adjusting according to the land's shape. These movements are never abrupt. They expand and contract with the same calm continuity you might find in your own chest as you breathe. Imagine standing at a distance as the herd moves across a gentle slope. Their silhouettes glide in slow succession, rising and falling with the land's contours. Every so often, one pauses, and the others pause in kind, an effortless alignment that requires no signals, only shared instinct. The entire herd seems to follow a single, slow-moving rhythm, as though breathing in unison. Even when they shift direction, the change feels natural, almost fluid. A reindeer near the front may step slightly to one side, and the rest gradually follow, creating a soft, curved motion that ripples through the group with soothing harmony. Nothing about their movement feels forced. It is simply the expression of togetherness in motion. As you imagine this living rhythm, you may notice your own breathing settle. The pace of the herd encourages a deeper stillness, a reminder that movement does not need to be fast to be purposeful. It can be quiet, steady, and deeply calming. Their breath clouds appear at regular intervals, rising in gentle bursts that mirror the pace of their steps. The sound of snowfall beneath their hooves becomes part of this rhythm, forming a soft, murmuring backdrop to the visual flow. Allow this image to stay with you, the herd drifting like breath through the winter landscape, each step unhurried, each pause a moment of quiet rest. When the Arctic holds its memories in gentle ways, not in words or markings, but in shapes, textures, and quiet impressions that linger across the land. Snow settles into familiar hollows. Wind carves soft curves along ridges. And beneath it all, the faint traces of past migrations rest like delicate threads woven through winter's fabric. When reindeer move across this landscape, they continue a long, unbroken dialogue with these memories. Each step they take aligns with countless steps before them, not through conscious effort, but through a calm, instinctual connection to the places their ancestors once traveled. The land remembers them, and in a quiet way, they remember the land. Imagine a valley where snow rests in smooth layers. The reindeer enter this space with peaceful familiarity. The terrain supports their movement in ways shaped by generations of gentle passage. Their hooves press softly into snow that has held similar impressions for ages. It is a continuity that feels comforting, like following the grain in a piece of well-worn wood. Sometimes, a slight dip in the ground guides them. Other times, a faint rise catches the soft glow of moonlight, hinting at a sheltered path. These features are not dramatic. They are subtle, almost whispered guidance from the land itself. The reindeer respond without urgency, adjusting their direction with quiet ease. The landscape remembers through repetition. Snow covers old paths, yet beneath the surface, the contours remain. Rocks rest where they have for centuries. Frozen streams maintain their steady lines. All of these elements create a gentle presence that supports the herd's movement. As you imagine this, notice how the idea of a landscape that remembers can bring comfort. It suggests a world where nothing is lost, only softened into calm memory. A world where even the faintest traces of the past contribute to the peaceful way forward. Let the image settle within you, a land shaped by quiet repetition, a herd guided by subtle familiarity, a memory that exists not in detail, but in feeling. Winter in the Arctic does not arrive as a force to be endured. Instead, it unfolds as a balanced, thoughtful presence, an intelligence expressed in cool air, soft snow, and long, gentle nights. Everything within this season seems arranged to support a quieter rhythm of life. The land slows, light softens, sounds grow muted. In this carefully arranged stillness, creatures like the reindeer find a natural harmony. Consider how winter shapes the landscape. Snow spreads evenly, creating a calm, continuous surface that allows the herd to move with ease. Ice forms in smooth layers, strengthening the ground while also reflecting moonlight that guides their steps. The air cools just enough to preserve the land in its serene state, yet not so sharply as to trouble the animals who have grown with it through time. Winter holds a quiet wisdom. It knows when to still the winds and when to let them carry gentle signals across the plains. It offers cold that clears the air and brings clarity to sound, allowing the reindeer to sense subtle vibrations beneath the snow. Even the long darkness has its gentle purpose, giving the herd the spaciousness to move without the pressures of day. Imagine the reindeer standing within this winter intelligence. Their breaths rise in slow plumes. Their coats shimmer softly under pale light. Each step they take feels in harmony with the season's quiet design. There's no struggle in their presence, only a peaceful alignment with the world around them. As you imagine this, you may begin to feel winter in a new way, not as a harsh season, but as a steady guide into calmness. Its intelligence lies in its ability to simplify, to pause, to create space for gentle reflection. Allow this sense of winter's quiet wisdom to settle within you. A reminder that even the coldest seasons offer warmth of a different kind, the warmth of stillness, of gentle pacing, of peaceful clarity. There is a kind of quiet poetry in the way reindeer walk through the Arctic winter. Their steps fall gently, creating a soft, rhythmic pattern that unfolds at a pace unhurried by time. With each movement, they seem to embody the idea that traveling does not always require speed, that progress can be slow, steady, and deeply peaceful. Imagine watching them walk across a snowy field. Their legs lift and lower with a serene grace, each step landing with a muted sound that blends easily into the stillness. The snow beneath their hooves accepts their weight without resistance, shaping itself around each print, then resting again. Nothing interrupts the flow. Nothing demands more than a simple, careful step. This slow gait is not a reaction, but a natural expression of their calm existence. Reindeer conserve energy by moving gently, but beyond practicality, there is an elegance to their measured pace. Their bodies sway lightly, creating a motion that feels almost meditative. As their silhouettes glide across the horizon, even the land seems to breathe more softly. Slowness offers them balance. It keeps their breathing even, their bodies warm, and their connection to the landscape steady. And in mirroring this pace through imagination, something inside you may also begin to ease. Your thoughts drift more smoothly. Your breath deepens. The mind aligns with a rhythm that asks for nothing except presence. Walking slowly allows every detail of the land to be noticed with greater clarity. The fine shimmer of frost on a distant ridge. The gentle curve of a snowdrift shaped by days of quiet wind. The faint glimmer of moonlight reflecting off a frozen lake. These details emerge only when the pace is gentle enough to welcome them. As you linger in this scene, allow yourself to imagine moving through your own world at the same steady pace. No rush, no tension, just one calm step after another. The poetry of slowness can become a companion, a soft invitation into a way of being that feels restful and grounded. Let the reindeer guide you into this gentle walking rhythm, a rhythm where each step is enough, where slowness is not delay, but peaceful presence, where the journey becomes a place to rest. The reindeer herd carries within it a quiet wisdom, lessons not spoken, but lived through calm movement and shared presence. These lessons are not about strength or dominance. They are about gentleness, steady companionship, and a peaceful awareness of the world. When reindeer gather, they do so without urgency. Their closeness feels natural, like a group of friends settling together in comfortable silence. Their bodies create a warm circle against the winter air, each animal contributing to the gentle shelter of the group. This simple act of togetherness holds a lesson, that companionship can be soft and unforced. The herd also teaches the value of quiet adaptation. They shift direction not because they are pushed, but because the land quietly suggests a different way. A slight change in the wind or the feel of the snow beneath their hooves prompts a smooth adjustment. Their responses are subtle, flowing like water around a stone, never abrupt. Imagine standing near them as they rest. Their breaths rise and fall in overlapping rhythms. A few shift their weight, others remain still. Nothing breaks the calm. This gentle coexistence reveals a truth, that harmony arises not from perfection, but from shared, unhurried presence. Another lesson rests in the way the herd follows familiar paths. They trust the wisdom carried from one generation to the next, not through stories, but through movement. Their connection to the land runs deep and quiet. They know that the landscape holds its own guidance, and they follow it with peaceful confidence. As you picture this calm community, you may find the lessons settling softly into your own thoughts. The value of moving with ease, the comfort of quiet companionship, the peace that comes from trusting gentle guidance rather than seeking strict direction. These are not lessons that arrive suddenly. They drift in like snowflakes carried by a slow breeze, settling lightly on the mind until they form a soft, supportive layer. Let the herd's quiet wisdom rest with you now, their way of being together, their trust in the land, their gentle approach to every part of the winter night. There is a tender wisdom in the way reindeer return to familiar paths each winter. These roots, shaped over generations, wind through valleys and across plains that feel like gentle extensions of the herd itself. Returning does not signal urgency. It reflects a quiet trust in the land's memory and a soft understanding that some places simply feel right. As winter deepens, the snow-covered landscape may appear new each day, its surface smoothed by fresh flakes or reshaped by gentle winds. Yet beneath the changing exterior lies the enduring shape of old pathways. The reindeer step into these routes with ease, their bodies recalling subtle rises and dips that guide them forward with a sense of homecoming. Imagine following alongside them. The path curves softly beneath your feet, familiar even if you've never walked it before. The snow carries the faint suggestion of repetition, lines softened by time, contours shaped by countless careful steps. Moving along this path feels peaceful, as though the land itself has prepared a quiet journey just for the herd. These returning paths reveal the wisdom of cycles. They remind us that not every journey needs to be new or uncertain. Some routes bring comfort simply because they have been walked before. They provide a gentle structure, a soft direction that helps the herd move through winter without feeling lost. In this way, the reindeer embody a kind of restful trust. They do not question the path. They do not seek shortcuts or new terrain. They move along the familiar curves, allowing the landscape to guide them in a manner that feels deeply reassuring. As you imagine this steady movement along well-worn routes, you may notice your own thoughts finding smoother pathways. Ideas drift into place with less effort. The mind relaxes into rhythm, guided by something quiet and familiar within yourself. Let the wisdom of returning paths settle softly inside you, a reminder that comfort can be found in the known, that repetition can be soothing, and that some journeys guide us home gently, step by step. Even during the long Arctic winter, hints of other seasons linger gently beneath the snow. The land breathes with subtle transitions, quiet signals that whisper of changes yet to come. These transitions are soft, almost imperceptible, but the reindeer sense them through layers of snow and silence. Sometimes the air carries a slightly different texture, a faint warmth not quite felt but somehow known. At other times, the snow takes on a different shimmer, reflecting moonlight with a softness that hints at spring's distant approach. These changes are not dramatic. They do not rush forward. Instead, they drift in gradually, like soft thoughts rising during a moment of rest. The reindeer respond to these quiet signals with calm acceptance. They do not hurry toward the promise of a new season, nor do they cling to the comfort of winter. They simply adjust their pace slightly, their movements reflecting the subtle breath of the land. When the air softens, they may graze a little longer. When the snow deepens, they may rest a little more. Their rhythm adapts so gently that the transition becomes almost invisible. Imagine noticing such small changes yourself, the faint shift in temperature on your skin, the whisper of air carrying a new scent. These tiny signals remind us that seasons do not change suddenly. They drift from one to another, allowing the world to adjust without strain. As the reindeer move across the land, they embody the cyclical breath of the seasons. Their bodies hold the memory of past winters and the quiet anticipation of warmer days. This balance creates a peaceful harmony, an understanding that time moves in soft circles rather than straight lines. Let yourself rest in this idea that change can be gentle, that transitions can be soft, that the world often shifts in ways small enough to soothe rather than surprise. In this calm cycle, the seasons breathe quietly, and the reindeer, steady, peaceful, and deeply attuned, breathe with them. The long Arctic night, stretching softly across weeks and months, offers a kind of stillness that feels almost like a gentle embrace. Without the rising and setting of the sun, the world enters a state of continuous twilight, where shadows rest quietly and the landscape settles into deep calm. The reindeer move through this endless night with a tranquil confidence. Their steps remain steady. Their breaths fall into peaceful rhythm. They do not search for daylight or wait for its return. Instead, they inhabit the night fully, allowing its softness to shape their movements and moods. Imagine standing with the herd as the sky glows faintly with moonlight. The snow reflects the dim hue, creating an even, muted brightness. Nothing disturbs the air. Time feels spacious, stretching gently in all directions. In this stillness, even the smallest sound, a soft exhale, a faint shifting of hooves, feels like part of a quiet symphony. Stillness does not mean absence. It is a presence, a fullness of calm that allows everything to rest without falling asleep. The reindeer embody this understanding. They walk slowly through the night, then pause for long moments of serene rest. They take in the world, not with urgency, but with quiet attention, noticing what the darkness reveals rather than what it hides. As you imagine this endless night, you may feel your own thoughts begin to slow. The space within you widens, your breath deepens. The night offers room to settle, to release tension, to find comfort in the simplicity of the moment. The reindeer remind us that stillness can be a companion, that long stretches of quiet can soften the mind, that rest can be found not only in sleep, but in gentle presence. Allow the night to settle around you now, soft and steady, inviting you to rest within its calm. Winter in the Arctic holds a quiet lesson about release. one taught not through struggle, but through soft, natural rhythms. As the landscape settles into its long season of rest, it allows certain things to fall away without resistance. Snow covers old paths, light shifts into subtle shades, trees stand still, letting their branches rest under gentle layers of frost. Nothing is forced. Everything unfolds in its own time. Reindeer share in this quiet practice of letting go. Each year, many allow their antlers to slip away from their bodies when the moment arrives. There is no tension in this process, no urgency. When an antler rests upon the snow, it seems almost ceremonial, an offering to the land that has supported the herd through another season. The reindeer moves on calmly, lighter and unburdened. Imagine observing this soft transition. A reindeer lowers its head just slightly, the weight shifting gently before the antler comes free. The snow receives it without sound, cradling it in a bed of white. The animal lifts its head again, untroubled, and continues forward. The gesture feels peaceful, like an exhale released after holding breath for too long. Letting go, in winter sense, means allowing things to settle naturally. It means trusting that some parts of ourselves or our surroundings no longer need to be carried. The land demonstrates this effortlessly. Frozen rivers release their tension into still water beneath. Hills rest beneath calm layers of snow. Even the wind softens, moving in slower, gentler motions. Reindeer live within this lesson, showing that release can be graceful. When the herd gathers, some stand without their antlers while others still carry theirs. There is no comparison, no expectation. Each simply follows its own quiet timing. As you imagine this soft shedding, you may feel your own mind respond. Perhaps there is something, an idea, a worry, a small tightness that can be set down tonight, not forcefully, but naturally, like an antler released into soft snow. Like breath finding an easier rhythm, let the lesson rest within you now, that winter teaches release not through closure, but through gentle easing, that letting go can be peaceful, and that what remains is enough. Earlier in our journey, we whispered a quiet question into the twilight snow. What does a herd remember when the sun disappears for months? As the story gently unfolds, we return to this question, not to answer it directly, but to sit with it once more, now shaped by the soft wisdom of the journey. In the calm expanse of the Arctic night, memory does not seem like a collection of events. Instead, it feels like a steady rhythm carried in the body. The reindeer remember through movement, the way their hooves follow familiar paths, the way their steps align with the land's gentle curves. They remember through breath, through closeness, through the subtle cues of snow and wind. Imagine standing with the herd now, having walked beside them through this long, peaceful night. The question feels different, not sharper or clearer, but softer, more spacious. It drifts at the edge of awareness like a small glow just beneath the horizon. What the herd remembers may not be a list of moments. It may be the feeling of belonging to a landscape that moves slowly and kindly. It may be the sense of ease that comes from walking paths shaped by generations. It may be the comfort of quiet companionship under a sky that changes only gently. Returning to the question feels less like seeking and more like resting, a quiet acknowledgement that some things are meant to be felt rather than understood. As you revisit the question, notice how it softens your own inner pace. You do not need an answer in order to rest. You do not need clarity to be at peace. The question itself becomes a gentle place to settle, a small, steady flame in the winter night. Stay with this feeling. Let the question glow softly within you, like a lantern resting in the snow. In the absence of the sun's rise and fall, the Arctic winter shifts into a rhythm that resembles breathing. The land expands in wide, quiet stretches, then gathers into stillness. The sky brightens slightly, then returns to soft twilight. Even the wind drifts in slow, gentle waves. Everything moves at a pace that feels deeply natural. The reindeer move within this rhythm effortlessly. Their steps align with the land's slow inhale. Their pauses reflect its gentle exhale. This shared rhythm creates a sense of unity, a quiet companionship between creature and environment. Imagine standing at the edge of a snowy ridge, watching the herd travel across the landscape. Their movement is steady and balanced, as though the night itself is guiding them through a series of slow, calming breaths. When the herd pauses, the world around them seems to pause as well. When they resume their gentle pace, everything aligns with their motion. Breathing becomes a quiet bridge between your world and theirs. As you inhale, imagine the vast space of the Arctic opening before you. As you exhale, picture the herd settling deeper into the stillness. Nothing disrupts the flow. The night holds its shape. The land rests. In this breathing world, time feels softer. The usual markers fade. What remains is a spacious calm where each moment stretches comfortably into the next. Allow your own breath to slow as you imagine this. Let the reindeer's rhythm become your rhythm, the slow rise and fall, the quiet continuity, the ease that comes from moving gently within a peaceful world. Stay here a while, where everything moves at the unhurried pace of a steady, quiet breath. There is a moment in the Arctic night when everything seems to grow even softer, as though the darkness itself settles gently over the land. The sky deepens into a comforting shade. The snow reflects a muted glow, and the air becomes still enough to sense its own quietness. The reindeer feel this shift. Their movements slow even further. Their breaths deepen. They may lower their heads slightly, not from heaviness, but from a calm acceptance of the night's embrace. The herd stands together, enveloped by the soft settling of the winter evening. Imagine witnessing this moment. The horizon fades into smooth lines. The shapes of the reindeer blend gently with the snowy ground. Their silhouettes form a peaceful arrangement, like pieces of a quiet landscape painting that breathes softly in the cold. As the night settles, sounds grow faint. A light crunch of snow under a shifting hoof. A gentle exhale carried a short distance on the air. Even these small noises feel like they belong to the stillness, enhancing rather than disturbing it. The reindeer seem content to rest within this deepening calm. Their bodies relax into the slow rhythm of the night. Some may lie down, folding their legs beneath them with quiet ease. Others remain standing, eyes half closed, allowing their breath to guide them into a restful state. This settling night brings a soft invitation to let go, to rest without expectation, to stand quietly within the moment, just as the herd does. As you imagine this gentle descent into stillness, notice how your own body responds. Your shoulders may drift lower, your breathing may grow quieter. The mind begins to loosen its grip, transitioning into a state where rest comes naturally. Let the night settle around you as it settles around the herd, softly, slowly, without effort. As the Arctic night deepens, stillness spreads across the land like a soft blanket. It rests gently on snow, on the quiet shapes of distant hills, and on the bodies of reindeer standing in peaceful clusters. In this vast, calm landscape, stillness is not the absence of movement. It is a presence, a quiet environment where everything feels held. The herd settles into this stillness with natural ease. Their bodies, warmed by thick coats, remain relaxed. Their breaths rise slowly, drift, then fade. Each animal seems to know its place within the quiet, not through instruction or effort, but through a calm instinct that guides them toward rest. Imagine observing this scene from a nearby ridge. The land extends outward in smooth lines. The sky hangs softly overhead. The herd stands at the heart of this quiet world, forming a gentle circle of presence. Nothing breaks the calm. Nothing asks to be different. The stillness itself becomes a kind of home. Stillness carries a subtle comfort. It invites the body to soften, the mind to loosen, and the breath to deepen. It offers a steady ground where thoughts fall into slower patterns and where tension can release without being pushed away. The reindeer show us this simply by existing within it, by allowing the night's stillness to rest upon them just as lightly as snow rests upon the land. As you imagine this quiet home of stillness, you may feel something shift gently inside you. The spaces between thoughts widen. Your breath moves with greater ease. The world narrows to a simple, comforting presence. Here, stillness does not ask for silence or emptiness. It simply offers a place to settle. Let yourself rest in this gentle stillness, where the night holds its shape, the herd finds its peace, and the world becomes a soft, quiet home. As the Arctic night continues its long, steady drift across the land, its presence becomes softer, almost tender. The sky glows with a subtle dimness, neither dark nor light, but something in between, like the closing of eyes before sleep fully arrives. Snow reflects this muted glow, smoothing the edges of everything it touches. Hills become rounded, shadows dissolve. Even the footprints of the herd blur gently into the landscape. The reindeer stand within this softened world, their shapes blending into the quiet curves of the land. Their breath rises in small, glowing clouds, drifting slowly upward before dissolving into the cool air. Some lie down, folding their legs beneath them in unhurried motions. Others remain standing, resting with half-closed eyes, carried by the calm of the night. Imagine yourself here, surrounded by this softness. The air moves lightly, brushing against your skin with the gentlest touch. Every sound is muted, only the faint whisper of snow shifting beneath a resting hoof, or the quiet release of breath into the open night. Nothing presses forward. Nothing pulls away. The moment simply rests. The night has become a shape you can feel, a soft, embracing presence that moves not with force, but with gentleness. This shape holds the land, the herd, and your imagination within the same steady calm. It invites the mind to drift into a slower space, where thoughts loosen and settle like snowflakes, drifting downward in wide, peaceful spirals. Stillness thickens around the herd, but it is a welcoming stillness. It wraps around them like a warm layer, soothing the senses and quieting the world. The reindeer respond naturally, slipping deeper into rest with each slow breath. Allow this softest shape of night to settle around you too. Let its quietness gather inside you, smoothing any last uneven thoughts, softening the edges of the day, inviting you gently into rest. In the heart of the Arctic night, three elements form a tranquil harmony: breath, snow, and silence. Each one moves in its own gentle rhythm, yet together they create a peaceful environment that seems designed for rest. Breath rises first, soft and slow. Each exhale forms a delicate cloud that hovers briefly before dissolving into the night. These small clouds drift upward like quiet lanterns, glowing faintly in the moonlit air. They appear and fade with such ease that they seem to carry the entire rhythm of the herd. Then there is snow, settled deeply across the landscape, smoothing every sound. It cushions hooves, softens the air, and creates a quiet ground where movement feels more like floating than stepping. Snow rests on reindeer fur, rests on the land, rests even on the wind itself. It holds the world in a gentle stillness. And finally, silence. Not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of calm presence. A silence with texture, softness, and warmth. A silence that supports rather than surrounds. It fills the spaces between breaths, lies beneath the snow, and stretches out across the land like a peaceful lullaby. Imagine standing with the herd as these three forces blend together. Breath rises, snow rests, silence drifts. The rhythm is so soothing that your body begins to mirror it naturally. Your inhales grow longer, your exhales softer. Your thoughts slow to match the quiet cadence of the land. Nothing interrupts this gentle balance. The world holds its shape. The herd remains at ease. Each element supports the others, creating a tranquil, dreamlike state that invites rest simply by existing. Let yourself feel this harmony now. Breath warming the cool air, snow softening every surface, silence settling like a blanket over the night. Here, you're held in the same quiet calm as the reindeer. Here, rest becomes effortless. As night deepens, a soft stillness settles over the herd. One by one, the reindeer ease into sleep. Not suddenly, but gradually, as though they are drifting into a deeper layer of the night's embrace. Their bodies lower gently into the snow, Their breaths lengthen. Their eyes close with a slow softness, like petals folding inward at dusk. The surrounding landscape responds in kind. The snow quiets further, its surface smoothing into gentle curves. The wind softens until it becomes a mere whisper. Even the faint glow of the sky seems to dim slightly, calming itself as the herd slips into rest. Imagine standing nearby, watching this quiet transformation. The herd lies scattered across the meadow, each form blending softly into the snow. Their warmth creates small pockets of softness beneath them, subtly shaping the ground. Breath rises from them in slow, steady clouds, drifting upward like tiny glowing signals of peace. In this moment, the land seems to sleep with them. Ridges soften, shadows lengthen into gentle gradients. The air grows still enough to feel like a held breath. There's a mutual restfulness here, a sense that the reindeer and the land share a single quiet heartbeat. Their stillness influences the world around them, and the world's stillness settles deeply into them. It is a quiet companionship, asking nothing, offering everything. As you imagine the scene, notice how your own body responds. Your breath might slow. Your muscles may soften. Thought grows quieter, like snow settling onto soft ground. You may begin to feel as though you too are lying among the herd, surrounded by gentle shapes that breathe slowly and rest deeply. There is no distinction between the rest of the land and the rest of the herd. They fall into sleep together. They dream together. They share the same peaceful silence. Allow this shared sleep to wash through you, a sense that the world too can rest with you, as you drift quietly within its calm. As the Arctic night reaches its quietest point, even movement seems to pause. The snow lies undisturbed, smooth as untouched silk. The herd rests completely, each reindeer motionless except for the gentle rise and fall of breath. Not a single hoof breaks the silence. It is a night without footsteps, a rare and precious stillness that feels almost sacred. In this moment, the landscape resembles a vast, peaceful dream. The snow reflects the faintest glow from the sky, casting a soft illumination over the land. Trees stand still, their branches gently outlined. The air feels motionless, as though it has settled into a deep meditation. Imagine observing this moment. The absence of movement brings a profound calm, a tranquility so complete that it seems to reach inward. No sound interrupts the delicate silence. Even your imagination steps softly here, careful not to disturb the peacefulness. This pause in movement allows the night to express itself fully. Its quiet becomes fuller. Its stillness deepens. Its presence becomes more tender. The reindeer sleep in positions of ease, some curled gently into themselves, others stretched out with legs tucked softly beneath them. They look almost sculpted from the snow, resting in harmony with the land that holds them. Their breath emerges in delicate clouds, but even that feels like part of the stillness. As you imagine this, you may sense your own thoughts slowing to match the quiet rhythm. The mind releases its need for motion. The heart settles. The world feels softer, lighter, easier to rest within. A night without footsteps invites you into its gentleness, a night that asks for nothing, a night that holds you in complete calm. Let this stillness surround you. Let it enter you. Let it carry you towards sleep with the same softness that cradles the resting herd. As the final hours of the Arctic night drift onward, the quiet story of the reindeer herd settles into its softest chapter. The land, the sky, the snow, and the restful animals all align in a single, peaceful rhythm, a gentle flow that carries everything in the wild from moment to moment with quiet elegance. The reindeer continue to sleep or rest lightly, their breaths forming slow, warm clouds that lace the cool air. The landscape holds them with steady tenderness. The snow beneath their bodies cradles them as though it were shaped specifically for rest. Above them, the sky spreads wide and calm, offering a smooth backdrop against which time slides gently forward. In this quiet hour, the boundaries between things feel blurred. Breath becomes part of the night becomes part of the land becomes part of the herd. Everything flows together without sharp edges or defined borders. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of this calm world, watching as each element joins the next in effortless harmony. The scene does not ask you to observe closely or understand fully. It simply invites you to feel the quiet flow, like water moving slowly around smooth stones, or wind drifting softly through tall grass. In this feeling of gentle interconnectedness, the entire journey of the reindeer becomes a single, soothing motion. Not a progression, not a story of events, just a flow, a drifting presence, a peaceful unfolding. As you breathe, imagine your breath merging with this flow. Let it rise softly, let it fall easily, let it join the rhythm of the resting herd and the quiet land. Your body settles, your mind eases, the world becomes soft around the edges, and in this softness, the final lines of the journey arrive, not as a conclusion, but as a gentle reminder. Everything flows through the wild. Sleep in that motion. Allow yourself to drift now, carried by the same quiet flow that holds the herd, the land, the sky, and the night. Here, rest comes naturally. Here, sleep finds you with ease.